The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Joel, you want to talk to us about Lady Gaga?
I do. She, the VMA nominations came out yesterday. She leads the pack with 12 nominations.
That's an incredible
Huge.
amount.
I am such a huge fan of Lady Gaga. I know it's a bit of a cliche to love Lady Gaga, but hey, I've also got a boat licence, so you know.
Skipper's ticket, everybody.
It's all about balance. Yeah, it's about 10 years, maybe 20 years expired. But no, I love the Mayhem album, Abracadabra. I mean,
Yes.
Song of the Year, I'm calling it. I love her. But I got to interview her a couple of months ago. She did one interview in Australia. We scored her on Ricky Lee, Tim and whatever that other guy's name is. But we had to get up at like 4 a.m. or something to do the interview because we had to time it up with her, of course, because she is the queen.
Yes.
I think I've got a little snippet of the chat because I was so nervous because she is my number one.
Starstruck, you might say.
Yeah, got,
Just a touch.
got a little bit here. And go check it out on the Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel Instagram. And you really pour your heart out there. But her response to what you say, just a little bit of what Gaga says to you, Joel.
Thank you. You are all my everything.
Oh.
What the hell?
No, don't say all. Not Ricky and Tim.
should edit
No, you, Joel Creasy, are my
that's right.
everything.
You personally.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
All the years ago when she first came out, Poker Face was her thing.
Yes.
And I turned up to Rove Live once and she was on.
yeah.
And it was her first performance in Australia and she ripped it apart.
Yes.
And that
She's
voice is
incredible.
amazing.
Well, around about that same time, she did come to Perth, and Nathan and I got the opportunity to go to a hotel, sit in a room, and interview her one-on-one. And two-on-one. And she was extraordinary.
good night
She
out.
was very, she's super smart.
She's so
super
smart.
She knows, and that was the phase when she was doing all the really weird stuff, but which to get attention essentially. Like she knew how to, she gamed the system essentially, and she was just she is a very savvy woman, extraordinary, and a great talent.
She really is. Also, speaking of Poker Face, Shaun, you need to look up the actual lyrics to that song. Very rude. Very rude, in fact. People sing the wrong lyrics. And also, Natalie, on your point, when she came to Perth the first time, she was supporting the Pussycat Dolls at the Dome.
At the Dome.
We know where you used
Blew
to
the
get
roof off
suctioned
the
in.
dome, exactly.
Yeah. Remember, you used to get blown out of that venue?
Your ears popped as you left.
I know. It was so much fun. But by the time it got to Perth, she was far more famous than the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Puss, Joel. Puss.
Yeah, puss, kiss, kiss in Swedish. And I remember watching Lady Gaga and then leaving because there was only like 3 Pussycat Dolls on the tour by that point.
Yes.
But when we did the interview with her for Ricky, Tim and Joel, we had to do it very early. The team were teasing me because early starts aren't really my jam, particularly 4 a.m. So I was driving a little bit erratically because I wanted to prove a point that I was going to be there, of course, for my queen. And there was nobody else on the roads, and I heard this wheel wheel, and a police officer pulled me over, and I was like, no, this cannot happen. And I wasn't speeding. I was just, sort of nudging the line, maybe crossing
Hitting a few
lines
cats'
every
eyes.
now and then. Yeah. Took out a few humans. And he said, everything all right? And I said, I'm off to interview Lady Gaga. I promise. If you want, you can follow me to the station. It's 1 block away. I'm not making this up. And he said, no worries, mate. You can keep going. So thank you.
Lady Gaga
Lady Gaga defense.
So much Lady Gaga. Yes, the Lady Gaga defense. I was ready for him to come into the studio and chat to her himself if he needed
And
to.
you would have let him do it just to get out of the ticket, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
good.
I've not... you hear maybe the lady in Labour might be a usable defence. But other than that, if they can't see the crowning, they're not... They're famous for not letting you off things.
Well, I was like, you can swab me, you can breathalyze me, anything you want. I'm so sorry, but I really don't have time to do either of those things.
I have to speed to the studio right now. I've got to talk to Lady Gaga.
Or maybe I performed it Abracadabra on him, and
Oh, see what you did there.
Oh, I love those defences, and the beauty about that is you're being completely honest, right? And I always go down that policy if the cops ever pick me up. And I remember this distinctly.
How often does this happen, Shaun?
There was a moment in time.
Before he knew how to connect his phone to his car.
Yeah, there was. And I was down south, and we'd been at Smith's Beach all day. And I went down earlier. My wife came in separate cars. Anyway, I was coming down the hill, and she kept ringing she kept ringing. And then eventually I did the wrong thing and I picked up the phone and she wanted to have a conversation. It was an emergency.
It was an emergency.
She was asking me, it was an emergency. She said, for God's sake, why haven't you answered? And I said, mate, I can't pick up the phone. We're driving. She goes, you need to stop at Coles and get a hot chook. Next thing you know, the bloody police siren starts going and there's a cop right behind me. So they pull me over and the guy comes up to the window and he you know, the typical thing, mate, we've seen you on your phone. Is there any reason why you had to be on your phone at this moment? And I said, look.
You'll understand this, mate.
My wife has been constantly ringing me and she said, I desperately need to stop at Coles to get a hot chook.
Yeah, bachelor's handbag.
Yeah.
So did the hot chook defence work?
It didn't work, Joel.
Oh, no. You should have said you were Tony Modra.
I should have. I'm going
said...
to get a hot chook for Tony Modra. That would have got me up.
And that was a deep cut from my brain. Let me tell you that
Well
reference.
played, mate.
I would have said you were going to interview Lady Gaga because we know that works.
So sometimes it doesn't work necessarily.
All right, we want to know, did you manage to find the excuse that got you out of a fine? Or, alternatively, did you think you had the perfect excuse,
Real
like
one.
Sean, the hot chook defence? My
the hot
wife
chook
is
defence.
badgering me. I have to pick up a hot chook from Coles. That you thought was the perfect defence, but they didn't fall for it.
I'm going to throw this out there because a lot of people get fines for parking in particular and
Yeah.
local
Oh my gosh.
councils and you
Yes.
get on
Stack of
there
them.
and you get on there and you write them an email and they shut you down. But sometimes you get a good result.
Yeah.
You got a story like that too.
Jade's in Scarborough. Morning, Jade.
Good morning, guys.
Now, you gotten out of a fine successfully. What did you do?
Yeah, look, it was a little bit cheeky. I was 8 at the time. It was my birthday and we needed to go to the shops and pick up some more party supplies. And it was all exciting. Dad took me to the shops and we were on our way out of the little IGA. And as we literally turned down the street, we heard the siren go off and we both looked at each other. Yeah,
There it is.
both looked at each other and Dad went, we haven't put on our seatbelts yet. We were actually new to the country, which I know not a good excuse. But anyway,
Valid.
police pulled us over.
Yeah.
Dad rolled down his window and the first thing he said was, I'm so sorry, it's my daughter's 8th birthday. And the cop looked at us and he went, oh, well, happy birthday. And we essentially got off scot-free.
Oh! Were you from the motherland, were you originally, Jade?
Yeah, well, we were living in Mauritius at the time.
Oh, Mauritius.
And then
Hello.
we moved to Perth. Yeah, moved
Wow.
to Perth. And it was no excuse, still naughty, but we got away with it. He said, have a great birthday, don't do it again, put on your seatbelt.
And Jade, you've got a gorgeous voice. Are you now 9? You sound so young. I'm jealous.
I'm a primary school teacher.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And that's how we need to be spoken to. So thank you very much.
Exactly. That's beautiful, Jade. Thank you. Jess is in Success. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Jess.
Jess.
Now, did you try and get out of a fine? What happened?
I did. It was unsuccessful.
Oh, okay. What
Driving down a road that's quite notorious for police to be sitting at the bottom of a hill.
Yeah.
Okay,
With my
yep,
two
can
little
guess.
kids in the back of the car. And my 1-year-old was way past due for a nap. And she was screaming and carrying on. And so obviously I was going a little bit over the speed limit to get home early, or not early, late in this case. And I got pulled over by the police for speeding. And as I've got pulled over, my 3-year-old has then started screaming because she thought I was going to get taken away by the police
Sure.
and go to prison.
Yeah.
So then she's yelling, going, no, don't take my mummy, don't take my mummy. And I'm talking to the police and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, my 1-year-old's way past due for a nap. Like, I was speeding. I was honest. I tried the honest approach. Didn't work. And then he left me with my ticket on the side of the road trying to calm down my 2 children who were screaming because
Oh,
my
great.
3-year-old still thought, because the police were still sitting there, that I was still going to get taken. And I still had an overtired 1-year-old, so it didn't work.
How many episodes of Cops did you let that 3-year-old watch? So that she thought as soon as a police officer turns up, she's going to carry you away.
We don't watch much TV in our house, so I don't know where it had come from.
That's hilarious, isn't it?
Just start hearing that music. Bad boys, bad boys.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Thanks, Jess. Eleanor is in Kundula. Hello.
Good morning, guys.
Okay, Eleanor,
Morning.
what have you got for us?
So this is not my story. This is my sister-in-law's story. Some years ago, I may butcher it in retelling it, but going through a booze bust or pulled over for some reason. Unfortunately, busting, heading home, dropped a big one, farted.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was like, where are we going with this?
Sorry, Joel. The windows come down, the police officer's leant over and he said, "Keep driving, ma'am."
Sean, you could do that.
I could do that.
You can barely hold him in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get a couple of roast chooks in you.
It's a story that's retold whenever the opportunity arises. And yeah, it'll live on for years and years to come.
Imagine
I believe.
emanating gas that is so putrid that the police are like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, they've
Don't
seen
worry
some
about it.
stuff. and even
I
they're
know,
like,
exactly.
"Ugh,
That's
too far."
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
At the end of the show yesterday, shout out to my dad, whose birthday it was yesterday.
Because you nearly forgot.
Nearly
Yeah.
forgot.
Put it
I
on a
wrote it
post-it.
down on a post-it note, chucked next to the computer and everything.
And then didn't look at your computer for the rest of the morning.
No.
Put it there.
You're not
in front
even
of
in
you.
that room all morning.
Should have. Anyway, during the week, my brother, everyone's wondering, normally for Dad's birthday, I might go and buy him a jumper, someone will buy him some Ugg boots or
Yes.
something, because this type of year, every year, we just,
It's winter. You think
Winter.
we'll just rug him up.
yeah. But my brother Tim said, Dad needs new chooks. And I went, what?
Wait, what are the old ones?
They're at their...
Oh,
they
they've
hit the age, Nat, where they're not
Okay.
laying as
They're being retired.
consistently
Yes.
as we have in the past.
So explain to me, he has chickens at home.
Yes, he has chickens at
Yeah,
home.
they live semi-rurally, so they've got a little bit of acreage.
Okay, for eggs or company or just...
No, just for the family.
Yeah. But like he likes the company of the chooks or he likes the eggs from them?
No, he likes the fact that he's got chooks, some sheep, a couple of alpacas,
A lifestyle thing.
some birds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, new chooks were on the horizon, so I didn't know this, but it was very, very difficult to get your hands on
Source
chooks at the moment.
So whose job was it out of all of you?
My brother Tim,
Yes.
he works FIFO, so he had some time on his hand to get hold
Yeah.
of the chooks. He found a guy, I think was down towards Baldivis area, and it was the last remaining chooks. He was able to get 8 off him, and they,
It's going
with a bit
great.
of negotiation, they came down to $53 a chook.
Wow, that's
Get
so
out.
specific.
A chook.
And the fact that you said
But-
you found a guy makes it sound like very off market.
Now, where do you find a guy? Is it like,
Yeah.
is it Gumtree? Where do you get? How do you-
There's like livestock places that you can jump
Okay.
on websites and have a look around. But on Gumtree, my brother Dave, he said, I used to look on Gumtree all the time for chooks.
Yeah.
And I go, you don't have chooks and you never had chooks. Yeah, but I just look.
But he would look. Yeah, he
I
was
just look.
just browsing.
Do you need a chook license or like...
No.
No, you don't.
They
But you
can't-
can't have roosters in
Yes.
in
a
suburban
built up,
areas.
yeah, that's right. There are some requirements depending on the local council may make about the way you house them. So they might have to be certain distance from the neighbour's fence, their coop,
Okay.
and their coop has to be certain size and dimension and sloping and all that kind of stuff. But other than that,
So working with children's check doesn't apply to like working with chooks. You know what I mean?
what is it that you?
No, it's not a dual. It's not a dual license,
Like you're
Ross.
safe. The chooks are safe with you, you know? You'd want a responsible chook owner.
Why did you bring that up? Now it sounds weird. What are you doing to these chickens?
Exactly, Ross.
I mean, you need like, yeah, it's all good. Thumbs up. Official.
Well, the children were supposed to be delivered
Can't
at
even look
3
him
and
in
they
the
didn't
eye.
get to mum and dad's till 5.
Why? What were they
and
doing?
Everyone was like, oh no, is this guy getting there? Well, he got a bit lost getting out to the oldies place. And
But
then...
it's not. Hey, Baldivis isn't that far to your
No,
parents'
it's not.
house.
It's not. Straight up the freeway. Anyway, long story short, when he pulled up, of course, Dad's like, nah, mate, you've got the wrong place.
Oh,
and then he
no.
gave the old, no, this is your birthday present surprise. And he was over the moon,
So
actually.
he was wrapped to get
was
new chooks
wrapped.
for his birthday.
Yeah, now apparently they're not going to be laying until between 6 and 8 weeks because they've still got a bit of growth
So
to go.
they're babies.
Yeah.
They're pullets.
Oh, is that what they
That's
call
what they're
them?
called, yeah.
Oh.
I'm a farmer.
But new chooks, what an absolute victory.
What sort are they? Do we know? Eyes of Browns, Bantams, what are they?
Oh, jeez, now. Really?
right,
They're
that's-
definitely not bantams.
They're the
definitely not
only
bantams.
two I know, but it was impressive for a second, wasn't it?
That was really impressive.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
The thing about chooks at the moment, the reason why they're so scarce is because of the price of eggs. So a
Yes.
lot of people in suburbia have started buying them.
Yeah, but you've got to then set them up. I think this is a false economy. And also, you should spend more than $400 on chooks for your dad.
$53 a chook, yeah.
That's more than a jumper.
Yep. No, it was collectively.
Yeah.
Okay,
You all went in.
All put
You
in.
all
But
went
that's a great present.
Has he named them? Does he name?
No, it was too close. It was too close. They will be named by the kids
Yeah,
at some stage.
great,
But,
great.
They were all playing with them last night, and hopefully they're still alive this morning.
Fingers crossed. Happy birthday, Slaughter.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
The story broke yesterday. Comes from Spain.
Spain?
España. There was a family going on a holiday. They were leaving from Madrid airport. It was mum, dad and a 10-year-old kid. And when they got to the airport, they're checking in and the kid's passport was not valid. Perhaps it just wasn't, you know how you have to have 6 months on it? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Not valid. So mum and dad went on the holiday anyway and left the kid at Madrid airport. They did apparently ring a family member to come and get him.
Oh, that's nice.
But the family member had not arrived.
When they took off.
They took off. Well, they had to go, Sean. The plane was boarding. What are you going to do?
It wasn't Kate and Jerry McCann, was it? You can't leave a child at the airport.
No, I've been to Madrid airport. It's a very stylish airport, actually. It's really lovely. Yeah, very nice. But it's massive. And I don't know that I would leave. I don't have a 10-year-old, but I wouldn't leave it there. Sean?
I just don't know.
Actually, Nat, do we have a surprise for you? Sean, bring him in.
I've forgotten a lot of things in my life, Joel, but I think I would have remembered that.
I'll tell you what, though, when you're in the zone for going on a holiday, there's nothing stopping you sometimes.
Let's put it there. So you, Megan and Sonny are going off on holidays. You're off to Bali for a week. It's going to be great. You're at the airport. Sonny's passport not valid. You and Megan?
Yep. I'd almost half pretend that I was going to be the person who stays behind, but probably not even half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you would leave Megan and Sonny behind. Megan would have to stay and you'd still go.
Yeah, I'll get really itchy feet. So Joel, when we get to go on holidays here, obviously
you need that Bali get scratched.
That's right.
So did you want to think about it for a moment? Because there was no hesitation.
I thought about it a lot. And you know why? It's because we had the volcano that was happening a few times when we go to Bali. Bloody COVID, everything along the journey, and you don't want anything to stop you being on holidays.
Yeah.
And one time, sorry, Joel, the plane, one of my planes got canned.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just walked around the airport buying tickets.
Because I saw you at the airport that day. I saw you that day, remember, because I was going somewhere too. And I'm like, what are you doing? When you supposed to leave 3 hours ago? He's like, oh, I know, but I'm on a flight at this time, and Megan was on a different one or something. Yeah.
I was like, see you, mate.
Yeah.
What's stopping me?
Yeah, I was boarding a flight to Bali, I reckon 8 years ago, and I'd gotten through customs. I knew my passport was, she was worse for wear, and I got through customs fine, and I'd gone to the lounge, I'd had a little champagne, and then I was boarding the flight, and it was my fault. There was a tiny tear on the passport page, but up where it's attached, what would you call it, the spine of the passport. So I said to the check-in, the flight attendant, "Oh, just be careful with this. She's had a life, this passport." They noticed
you alerted them to it.
Idiot.
You bozo.
And then they pulled me out of the queue and made a real scene and a real example of me in front of the entire queue, and then started saying, "Well, is your partner going to go?" And we're like, "Well, we need to decide. And didn't get to go. Didn't get to board the flight.
Did your partner go?
Jack, no, he came home with me because I don't think
loyalty.
He could have. Yeah, well, that would have meant a week in Bali with my family.
Well, that's a no-brainer. Okay, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Was Jack mad at you, by the way, because of the passport? Because I would be furious.
He had a few more champagnes than me, so I don't think he even knew.
Did Jack tear your passport so he didn't have to go on holidays with your family?
I think, though, if you've got a torn passport because it's been used a lot, that means that you're
a great traveller.
You're a trustworthy traveller.
I agree. And I know somebody that, because you know the 6-month thing, right?
Yeah.
I know somebody who got to Bali and then realised that her passport wasn't valid. So they wasn't valid for the 6 months. And so somehow it escaped the flight attendant's notice, the check-in agent's notice. They didn't realise. She's got to Bali and then they've taken her off to a small room.
Oh,
and she does have a horrible fear of that. And the situation was resolved because her husband was allowed to go with her, and he said, is there some sort of fee that we can pay that might cover this? And they said something like $600. And he opened his wallet and he had $120 in there. And he said, this is all I've got. And they said, that'll do. And they took it, and then they stamped the passport, and off she went on her merry way.
Off you go.
Yeah.
Pina colada
So
time.
there's a way around it. Is what I'm saying.
I got taken back to one of those rooms one time, and Joel, get a load of
But
this.
you
My
kept
wife.
requesting the cavity search, and that made them suspicious.
Well, mate, I'll tell you what.
They're like, stand up.
Yeah. Let's go a bit further with that. This is what happened to me.
Yeah.
My wife says, she had already gone over there the day before. She rings me and she goes, can you just stop by the drive-through and grab me 2 litres of Cooler Bar Riesling or something
in
along
a
those lines? In a
cask.
cask.
The old
and
box
chuck it in your surfboard.
Oh.
You don't put anything. Have we learned
Have
nothing?
we not learned any?
I took the marijuana out.
You know, I was going to say, in my office here in Melbourne Nova HQ, I have a clock made by Chappelle Corby.
Oh, yes.
Do you?
The resin
Yes,
ones, yeah?
the resin
Yeah.
ones, and I asked her to sign the back, and she very kindly obliged. Because bear in mind, it's a clock. On the back, it says, "Enjoy doing time." Love, Chappelle.
Bravo.
Good sport. Good
I
sport,
know.
chappers.
I know. And also, parents, if you're out there, but don't leave your children there.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're
If
talking
the
about.
child can't fly, you can't fly.
True.
Sean, I'm looking at you.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.